Welcoming a newborn into the world is a transformative journey filled with immense love, but it is also accompanied by a steep learning curve and inevitable parental anxiety. During the first few weeks of life, infants exhibit a wide array of fascinating, yet sometimes alarming physical behaviors. Among the most frequent reasons new parents rush to contact their pediatricians are the sudden, dramatic movements their babies display. It is an incredibly common sight to watch a peacefully sleeping newborn suddenly throw their arms outward, arch their back, and gasp. Equally common is the observation of a baby squirming relentlessly, bringing their knees to their chest and grunting until their tiny face turns bright red. When parents witness these intense physical episodes, a natural and urgent question arises in their minds. They desperately need to know whether these actions are a red alert for a medical emergency or simply the normal physiological workings of a developing body. To alleviate these fears, it is crucial to systematically unpack the biology behind these specific infant behaviors. The sudden flinging of the arms and legs is known in the medical community as the Moro reflex, or the startle reflex. This reflex is an involuntary motor response that is hardwired into the central nervous system of every healthy human infant. Evolutionary biologists believe the Moro reflex developed as a primal survival mechanism for our ancient ancestors. If a baby felt a sudden loss of support or heard a threatening noise, this reflex would prompt them to reach out and cling to their mother. Today, the triggers for this reflex are much more benign, ranging from the sound of a dog barking to a sudden change in room temperature. Even the baby's own sudden movements or the sensation of being placed backward into a crib can elicit this dramatic full-body response. While it can be jarring to watch a baby startle so violently, the presence of a symmetrical Moro reflex is a highly reassuring clinical sign. It indicates that the baby's brain, spinal cord, and peripheral nerves are developing correctly and communicating effectively. This hypersensitive reflex is most prominent during the first month of life and begins to smoothly integrate into more controlled movements. By the time an infant reaches 3 to 6 months of age, the Moro reflex completely disappears as their neurological system matures. Moving away from neurological reflexes, we must thoroughly examine the twisting, straining, and red-faced grunting that parents frequently observe. This particular set of behaviors is almost entirely related to the baby's immature gastrointestinal system and digestive processes. Medical professionals often refer to this harmless straining phase as infant Dyschezia. Unlike older children and adults, newborns have not yet mastered the complex muscle coordination required to pass stool or expel intestinal gas easily. To successfully empty their bowels, a baby must learn to contract their abdominal muscles while simultaneously relaxing their pelvic floor. Because they lack this coordination, babies resort to tensing every muscle in their body, pushing down with their diaphragm, and holding their breath. This immense physical exertion is exactly what causes their face to turn a deep shade of red, mimicking the appearance of extreme constipation. However, if the resulting stool is soft and normal in consistency, this straining is merely a learning process, not a sign of illness. Additionally, the newborn gut is completely sterile at birth and must rapidly develop a complex microbiome to digest milk. This rapid colonization of bacteria, combined with the intake of lactose, naturally produces a significant amount of intestinal gas. The writhing and arching movements are the baby's instinctual attempt to stretch their abdomen and physically maneuver trapped air bubbles through their intestines. Another vital aspect to consider when evaluating newborn movements is the unique architecture of neonatal sleep. Newborns spend up to 50% of their total sleep time in a state known as active sleep, or rapid eye movement sleep. During active sleep, blood flow to the brain increases significantly as the infant consolidates new sensory experiences and builds neural pathways. This intense brain activity bypasses the physical paralysis that typically accompanies adult REM sleep, resulting in a highly animated sleeping baby. Parents will often see their sleeping baby twitch their fingers, flutter their eyelids, smile, frown, and make brief, startling jerks. It is incredibly easy for an anxious parent to misinterpret these active sleep movements as signs of discomfort or wakefulness. Intervening and picking up the baby during this phase can inadvertently disrupt their sleep cycle and lead to genuine overtiredness. While we have established that startling and grunting are largely normal, parents must remain vigilant for true medical red flags. A rectal temperature of 100. 4 degrees Fahrenheit or higher in a baby under 3 months is an absolute medical emergency. If the twisting and red-faced episodes are accompanied by persistent vomiting rather than normal spit-up, medical evaluation is necessary. Furthermore, extreme lethargy, an inability to wake for feedings, or a weak, high-pitched cry are all warning signs that require immediate attention. Any bluish tint around the lips, nose, or fingernails during a crying spell indicates oxygen deprivation and is a critical red alert. Parents must also learn to distinguish between a normal, easily interrupted startle reflex and the rhythmic, unprovoked shaking of a potential seizure. Understanding these differences empowers parents to respond appropriately, offering comfort for normal physiology and seeking help for true emergencies. For the vast majority of healthy infants, soothing these dramatic physiological transitions relies on mimicking the comfort of the womb. Firmly swaddling the baby provides deep pressure stimulation that effectively suppresses the Moro reflex and promotes longer stretches of peaceful sleep. Incorporating continuous white noise helps to drown out the sudden environmental sounds that frequently trigger unexpected startles. To alleviate digestive discomfort, parents can employ gentle abdominal massages, moving their hands in a clockwise motion to follow the intestinal tract. Practicing regular bicycle legs exercises can also mechanically assist the baby in expelling painful trapped gas from their lower abdomen. Ultimately, witnessing a newborn twist, grunt, and startle is a testament to the incredible, complex machinery of human development springing to life. By arming themselves with knowledge, parents can replace their anxiety with awe, confidently supporting their thriving baby through every noisy, squirming milestone.